we drill an intercept of 1.05 meters with 18,467 grams per ton of silver. This is very, very rich, as you know, and this is a record for the project. And that intercept of 1.05 meters, it's within a larger intercept of 40 meters that has a 1,026 grams per ton of silver.
Well, hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics, and excited today because we have a quick update from Argenta Silver. Because, as you may remember, just a couple of weeks ago, Joaquín Marías, who is running Argenta Silver, came on, talked a bit about the silver market, gave us an overview of the project. And Joaquin, as you promised, you did have drill results on the way, and they hit the wire this morning. And certainly, if people are looking for companies that are out finding silver, I think obviously 1,026 grams per ton silver over 40 meters, and then always catches the eye, the 18,467 grams per ton over a little over a meter there. So anyway, I know you're excited about the results. The market reaction has been positive so far. So it's great to have you back on here. I know you're traveling and making some time live from the airport. So sure appreciate that. And most importantly, how are you today, my friend?
I'm doing great, Chris. Thank you very much for having me here again. And yeah, I'm in the airport. I'm just dressing as I came out from the plane. I'm in a very quick stopover, so you will see people on the back, probably hear some noises, but this is life. I need to keep going. I'm actually going to Argentina. I will be visiting the project, and I will be with the people looking at the core that has been coming out from the ground. And as I have told many times to our shareholders, I am a geologist and I'm very active on that field as well. So I like to see the rock. I like to be with the people. I like to be with the community, the government. So yeah, I am on the way. And yeah, truly happy for not only the results that we put this morning, but for what it has been this week so far. It's Wednesday. We have plenty of news to show to the market so far.
Yeah, well, it's nice that you're getting back on site there and fitting in a little time here. And what can I say? You have the smile of a geologist who just had some great drill results, and perhaps most importantly, if you could walk through the results that you came back with. I know you had some infill drilling, also some exploration drilling, and perhaps you could just walk us through what we have here.
Yeah, of course. So first of all, I need to say that this is an all-time record-breaking event for El Quevar project. So we drill an intercept of 1.05 meters with 18,467 grams per ton of silver. This is very, very rich, as you know, and this is a record for the project. And that intercept of 1.05 meters, it's within a larger intercept of 40 meters that has a 1,026 grams per ton of silver. So very, very rich. And we are also disclosing today a up deep resource expansion drill hole. This is very important as well because this up deep resource expansion, it's been drilled in between where the resource it's completed or the envelope it's been completed on surface, and we have a hit there, which is telling us that we could expand potentially in the future the resource towards surface. The big result on the 18,467 grams per ton in that meter that you can see there in the map. This drill hole, it's particularly important because it's the QVD 412, the QVD 412, and this is a particularly important drill hole because it's been drilled within a gap of 60 meters. There were no drill holes there. There are only two drill holes, and there are split by this gap of 60 meters. So we have drill in the middle. We are proving that there is mineralization, very high grade mineralization. These surrounding drill holes are also having good grades. So having this drill hole in the middle of the gap is telling us that we could also include that in the future if we start doing a resource update. Well, this is an area that we will have to infill more, and probably we will be able to include that in an update resource. There is another drill hole that we are mentioning. It's the drill hole 411. We had to abandon that drill hole due to some technical or operational challenges, but we will be back there at the end of the program. So we will be drilling there anyways later on. We couldn't even reach target. We had to stop the drill hole at about 92 meters. But well, these other two drill holes that hit target are spectacular. And as you can see, it's 413 and 412. And well, really good intercepts. The drill hole, the Alp deep drill hole, it has a 414 grams per ton of silver over 14.35 meters. So this is also very good for us. It's just proving that we need to do, or we need to keep doing what we are doing. The market is having a great reception of these results. We have seen our share price hitting almost 67 cents this morning. And there are some other news, as I was telling you, Chris, related to the bot deal that closed on Tuesday. We closed the bot deal for 15 million Canadian dollars, and added on top of that, the Erstein Group did use of his pro rata right. So he invested $2.5 million on top of that. So they maintain their percentage. And in total, we have now 17.5 million Canadian dollars in this closing. So good results on the drilling side, good results on the financial side. Things are looking great at Quevar. I will be there in a couple of days. So yeah, we are very excited. Probably that's why I'm smiling. I'm just a bit jealous of you because I see that you have a lot of silver behind yourself.
Well,
But
I think your backyard, it looks a little better than my backdrop here. Although, a couple of quick questions here,
yeah,
just if you could let folks know. Obviously, now you have the financing in place, which is obviously an important step, and clearly leaves you in position. You have the budget for the drilling and any steps going forward. Anything else that you could touch on in terms of the financing?
well, this financing, it's very important for us because it's giving us enough funds to work during the Argentine summer, which is going to be starting around October. So in September, we will see better summery days, and then we will have obviously um, getting the incoming summer between October, which is lasting until April 2026. For that season, we are starting to plan between 10,000 to 15,000 meters. With this money in our treasury, it's going to be enough for us to do what we want to do. We need to remember that we had already in treasury $8 million. So we are very good in terms of cash position. We have incorporated with these financing some institutions as well. So I think that we are starting to have a very nice shape. It's not been a year already. So we started this company on October last year. We are in mid-August, and so far we have seen a growth of upside 300%. So we are doing really well. I think that it's what I have been telling all the time. We need to do things step by step. This is a very strategic approach. we need to be very methodological, and we are trying to make this to growth organically. And that's what you can see when you see our stock, how it's moving, how we are processing the results, and how we are moving these things forward, right?
Yeah, and certainly quite a bit of progress you've made in a year, and obviously the fact that your deal was oversubscribed, I think always helps people to feel good and see that there is interest out there. Joaquin, few last questions on the drilling. You talked about the infill drilling, but I know you also have some exploratory drilling going on at Atinia, Andrea, and I like that you have a vein Argenta named after the company. If you could just talk a little bit about that and the exploration side.
Yes, of course. So, um, as I have been saying as well, Chris, the approach that we will take to this project, it's a balanced approach in between resource expansion and exploration. So we are not going to stay only on the resource, and we're not going to stay only on the exploration side. We will do both things simultaneously because we can do it. We have the resource. We know that there are many gaps and places that the resource it's open and we can make it growth. That's why we are going to work there. But simultaneously, we will be also working outside of the resort in these fantastic exploration areas that have a lot of evidence of great potential to discover new things. So our technical team is working 7 days of the week, full time there, looking for new things in the field, processing information, going out to take samples, and looking for more things. So we are creating new targets. Atenea and Andrea are particularly new targets that we acquired from phase one, which was the first step that we took in this foundational step that we are now going through. And the other targets are historical targets that have been poorly followed up. So we will address those and we will move in a concentrical way from the resource outside until we find more things. And we need to remember that only 3% of the property has been thoroughly explored. So the upside potential there is huge. That's going to require time, money, patience. It's exploration. So we can make a discovery that has an upside risk, but it's also a very huge reward if we make something. We have for sure the resource, which is very valuable. We will keep drilling on the resource with this kind of fields that we are doing now. We are proving ourselves and to the market that we need to keep working on the resource to expand the resource. But again, the targets that are outside there, we will be looking for those because you never know. There could be another Yaxche sitting somewhere there. Yaxche is the main deposit, main resource that we have here. And who knows? I mean, nobody has been drilling around, and the potential is huge. This is a volcanic complex, and it's one volcano on top of the other. There is a lot of volcanic forces, a lot of hydrothermal activity. The evidences in geological terms are very, very big. Yeah, we need to test that.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Joaquin, the last question I have for you is that obviously, there's a degree to which when you're out drilling, you find out for sure when the results come in. Although, as a geologist, I know based on the things you see, you might have some idea of what you're going to find. So, especially now, again, to be clear, when we have 18,500 grams over one, little over a meter, doesn't mean the whole resource is going to be 18,000 grams. But can you help people understand how to put that in context? And also, when you do see an intercept like that, if what that changes in your evaluation of what you have, or maybe any different paths that leads you down, and what you can learn from when you get that indication there.
So, look, I will put this in metaphoric terms. Okay, you have an apple tree, and the tree is full of apples. You grab one apple, you bite the apple, and you discover that the apple is super sweet. So probably not all the other apples will be the same. They won't have the same sweetness, but it's telling you that more or less, they will be very sweet because you already try one, then you try a second one, a third one, and they are all super, super sweet. Now you are start thinking, okay, maybe the whole tree it's going to be super sweet. This is the same, but it's very right what you said. We are not going to find in every hole grades like this. I don't believe that that's going to happen because this is a record for the Quevar over probably 10 or 15 years of exploration, and this is a record-breaking result. So we are,
Congratulations. Yeah.
we are not going to find this every time, but it's telling you about the sweetness of this place, right? And I'm drilling these intercepts 40 meters above a kilogram of silver, right? And so on. So it's telling you that the system is very, very rich. And what we need to do now is, well, we need to keep exploring, see where these fluids are coming from, and if these fluids have been deviated somewhere else, where we can have a second deposit or a third deposit or a fourth deposit. So it's telling us how rich this deposit could be. On the previous release, we disclosed sample that it's a surface sample that was grabbed by one of our geologists. That sample reached the upper detection limit of the laboratory. That means that there is no instrument in the laboratory to measure the amount of silver that that sample had inside. And it was 20,000 grams per ton of silver. So we are having these evidences of the sweetness of the tree, right? So we need to go out there. We need to keep exploring. We need to keep looking. And as I say, the fluids came this way and formed this deposit. But that's the question. What if they went somewhere else and they created more deposits? That's why we need to explore outside of the resource. And that's why the chances to find more things here, are the ones in technical terms. And the only way to test that is by going there, drilling outside of the resource. And meanwhile, as I said, we have the resource to keep expanding it. And probably in the future, we will add more ounces by updating our resource.
Yeah, well, it seems like a great place at a great time. And certainly, I know that's going to make it even more exciting that you have the drill program ongoing. I would also mention that you have a webinar that is coming up on Thursday, August 14th at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, by all means, everyone, if you're watching and want to get some questions answered, I will have the link to that in the description field below. And Joaquin, also nice that you got a surface sample that had more silver than modern equipment could test for. So, really happy for you. Especially, it's nice to see the stock price moving, as also on a day where the silver price is moving. So, I will let you run, and we want you to get down there and go give the geologist a high five and a hug. And but congratulations to you and your team. I know there's a lot of people that go into making this happen, and but yeah, go get down there, and we'll look forward to seeing the next round of results.
Well, Chris, thank you very much. And that's something very important to say. We are a team, and this is teamwork. We have top quality people working with us. So these victories are because we have that team working in place. So that's the hack. I will be giving hacks to them, some kisses and everything else. We are very
Yeah,
happy about
lower
it.
your head for a second so we can see the top
Oh,
of your
yes.
hat. He's got the Argenta Silver hat and nice silver lettering on there.
Yeah.
And
So, and the most important people, it's our shareholders that are supporting us. So I hope to see them in some conferences. We will have some of these hats. So if you are in some of the conference that we will be around the globe, just come to our booth. We might have some hats for you. So yes, we are very happy to answer questions. We are super transparent and we want to show people what we are doing. So just come and talk to us.
yeah, and again, I will mention one more time that you are hosting that webinar tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Link in the description field below. Joaquin of Argenta Silver, congratulations. I'm excited
Thank you.
for you, and I'll be excited to see what you do next, but go get there safely, and we'll catch up with you soon.